we've seen South Africa, they were one half of match of the window as they went down to a very spirited Welsh side and historic victory for Wales. Now they're back here for the final match of the June international window, and they are up against Scotland. Hello everyone and welcome along to Cornf1akes Crib, your home of Rugby Challenge 2, and the final match of the June international window, where it is Scotland coming to South Africa to face the hosts, and what could be a really good time for the Scots to come here, or it could be extremely bad if they bounce back like we expect they will. South Africa, they're coming back from that loss to Wales, and they've made a few changes to their team, none more noticeable than at fly half. Number 10, young Pollard in the squad today, and it is a real step to the future for the South Africans, putting him into the team and putting him straight in at number 10. It'll be interesting to see how he goes and how the future of South Africa will look from the number 10 jumper. As always, the rest of the squad very strong from South Africa, and it could be a good bouncing back time for the Springboks. Up against them is Scotland, and they also have a young bolter in their team with a big number 8 and young number 8 as well, Ash, joining the squad and starting as well. He's got an experienced forward pack in front of him, and he has some good talent and some young talent in his back line, none more so than Progos at number 9, who will be playing directly behind him. It's the first time we've seen of Scotland today, and it will be interesting to see how they get on here against the Springboks. So we are all set to go for the final time of this short international window, and it will be the Scots who will kick us off here for the last time. South Africa versus Scotland. Beautiful day here in South Africa for this match, and we are setting things off here. The ref calls us ready to go, and we are underway with Weir kicking us off for South Africa, and straight down to Ford it goes. Well taken. The big prop getting involved there. Another hooker for Scotland. Takes it in for the first time, and Weir finds some space out here for Horn. Oh, South Africa already in some space. Seymour back for Swinson, and the second roller gets hammered. Across comes the defence for South Africa. Scotland, rare opportunity very early on here to attack. Fusaro goes wide. Mayland has to find a way back infield, and he's lost the ball. Turned over, and away come the South Africans very quickly out of their 22. Quick run off the back for De Jager. He finds Berger, and Berger still busting out of 3 or 4 tackles. Now goes to ground. Oh, to the right, they go around the corner to Peterson. South Africa looking very much on top of this game already with their first use of the ball. And they quickly use it, just as I say that. As a good run there, just about losing it out. There's Ford again. And he goes to halfway for Scotland. Trying to use this ball best they can, get upfield. Big pass wide, DeLuca. Looks for Fusaro. Oh, he somehow gets it out the back, and Maitland has a big work of getting Mvolvo down to the ground. That was just about tragedy for Scotland. It's almost inevitable.
Release.
As they go wide. Matfield. Peterson finds some space out here, and there's Hendricks. Gets away just. A good tackle from Seymour. And now here comes South Africa. Still seems inevitable they'll get this one. As they turn it over. And here comes Scotland once again through Horn. He breaks away from Peterson. And Peterson turns him over and flings it wide. And Hendricks, an odd tactic here to kick. And he goes nicely for the corner. And I think Maitland's taken that out. He has. Oh, big mistake from Sean Maitland. And now it really does look inevitable that South Africa will get themselves into this match. Du Plessis goes to De Jager at the front, and they're going to do it. Only way South Africa knows how. A rolling ball that stopped just short And now they go wide. Hayes into Du Plessis, and he is over. Well, is he over? We are going upstairs for the first try tonight, and it is going to have to be the TMO's call. Driving. South Africa. There's Hayes, went for a run, gave it to Du Plessis. Where's the question mark? I'm unsure at what they're really looking at here. Taken off the back there. One play pass. Tackled. Well, he was just tackled there from Pyrgos. Unsure really what the question mark is about this try and why we're still looking at it. There's a tackle from Ash and Pyrgos come across. Did he lose it at all there? No chance. Really, that was a waste of time. South Africa got down for the first time, and it's 5-0 to the Springboks. And already lined up the kick here is Pollard. And his first real piece of the match, and he grabs his first international points. 7-0. South Africa. Well, it always looked like they were going to score. They just looked so easy over the advantage line when they had the ball in hand. And now Scotland have a mountain to climb. Here's where he gets us underway again to the left side. Oh, there's a mountain of Scottish players waiting for it. But it is in the end Berger who comes up with it for South Africa and loses it as well. That's a good play. Pyrgos finds Horn, gets it to Swinson. Now they're looking for space. DeLuca. Oh, DeLuca's been hammered. Big high shot from Hendricks. And he may be spending time in the bin. Matfield's being told to be quiet. There it is, yellow card. He has gone for 10. And is this going to affect the match at all? Can Scotland find a way back? First things first, is he going to try and give themselves some points on the board? He's got a bit of a breeze against him. Has Weir. He steps up. It's going to be a tricky one. It looks all right. Is it? Oh, it's hit the post. How unlucky can you get? Seymour grabs it on the rebound for Sorrow. Oh, Dickinson was away, and in the end has come away. And Hendricks is still on the field. It is Mvolvo on the other wing, who seems to be the one sent off. The two wingers, very lookalikes tonight for South Africa. Missed chance though for Scotland. And oh, they've lost the line out as well. Diaga steals one. And that has really put a big cross right on the chance of Scotland to score.
Release.
And they've lost the ball. They've lost 40 metres. And now they're in trouble. So gets a nice here out of Vermeulen. Goes for Matfield. Trouble here as Weir has to hang on. As Du Plessis goes for a bit of a scamper. Dupree, big pass wide, finds Cornf1akes. And he goes to ground, just short of the 10-metre line. Matfield again, will go himself. He's taken down, and turnover from Pyrgos. Now the ball, DeLuca, Maitland. Oh, big tackle from Peterson. Scotland unable to buy any metres at the moment. As DeLuca goes wide for Dickinson, finds Horn. There's a good chance again, but beautifully held up from Hendricks this time. Oh, they're just... defence is just far more superior from South Africa at the moment, and they've turned the ball over. Dupree goes for a run. He finds a second line coming in from Diaga. Goes back to Matfield, and there's space out here. It's a chance for Serfontaine. He finds it away for Hendricks. Oh, and he has just stepped around the man at back hog, and he is gone. Hendricks will get the second, and South Africa are looking far too good at the moment. Man in the bin, under pressure, and the response is huge. Hendricks gets the number 2. Bit of poor effort here from Hogg. He expected the pass back in. He couldn't force Hendricks to the touchline. And then there was no chance for Hogg to catch up at all. Far too quick was Hendricks. I was surprised Serfontaine didn't go for that a bit more. But he didn't need to in the end. They found their speedster, and Hendricks had the ability to go all the way. Now the South African lead is quite good at the moment now. It's 12-0. And we're at half-time. Pollard with the final chance here to make it 14. Man in the bin as well. That is quite remarkable. An easy one. Simple finish. Pollard adds 2 more, and it's 14-0 Scotland. Well, they've had their chances. The kick hit the crossbar, and of course, leading up from that, could have been a try for Scotland, but they've missed the mark here. They trail by 14 at half-time. We can see some of the stats, and South Africa, rightfully so, are leading, given their ball retention, really. 62% of possession, 63 of territory, and also 5 line breaks to 2 for the Springboks. That is just clinical stuff, really, from the South Africans, who are bouncing back with a very solid performance. Scotland, on the other hand, they made 5 handling errors, and South Africa have just made 1. The tackle was fairly even, and now Scotland will be ruining missed opportunities with the man in the sin bin. They haven't come up with anything while Mvovo was off the field. He'll be back after half-time, and Scotland's task will be that much more difficult as we head back down for the second half of this final June international match. We're back to club rugby, and the internationals will take a break, so enjoy it. One final time here, South Africa leading at half-time, 14-0. Pollard has made it, well, a steady debut in the number 10 jumper as he kicks off, and we are back underway. Big one, and DeLuca just gets there beautifully from the skies and takes it down. Oh, how did he get away from all those South African defenders? He's lost Badal though. Now Mvovo back on the field, wanting to make a mark. Does so nicely. There's Duplessis.
Release.
As it takes it to ground just outside Scotland's 22. Dupree. Oh, that's a good run there from the scrum half. Finds Matfield, and Ware takes him down. Dupree again. Pollard. Cross rule. Look at the run. Oh, beautiful ball to Peterson. And Peterson is in the corner. What a pass from Pollard. He just outdone every Scottish defender with one simple pass straight across the face of them all. Just stood still and then delivered a killer blow in the pass. That's all that was. An outstanding play from Pollard, beautifully finished from a very good finisher as well in JP Peterson. Straight over the heads. Scotland had no idea. Seymour couldn't keep up with the pace of Peterson. And what a try. Number 3 for South Africa. And it looks like there's no chance of a repeat from last time they were out here. And they will put away the Scottish side. Pollard, chance for 2 more. How's his kicking boots? Oh, they are very nice. That is a beautiful kick from Pollard, and he makes it 21-0. Scotland going without anything at the moment. Little chance for the Scots tonight. So I'll get the game back underway through Ware. As this one holds up in the breeze, very nice, goes quite deep, and finds Berger. Beautiful to Peterson, and he's in a chance for another chance. He can't get away from Horn. Great tackle at the back. And he goes to ground just outside Scotland's 22 as they lose it. And Burgos gives it to no one. Serfontaine picks up a loose carry and finds his way into the 22. Scotland straight away on the defensive. Dupree goes wide. Oh, there's trouble here. It's out for Mvovo and Maitland. And a great tackle from Maitland. Mvovo hasn't had much to do out there. He's been starved to the ball, and he got a yellow card, but boy, Maitland was all over him there. Line out to the front. Paragos goes for Ash, who's going to kick. Well, that's interesting tactic from Scotland. And number 8, who can thump the ball downfield, he does too quite nicely as well. And the chase is very good from Scotland. It's picked up there from Harley. That is outstanding play. Purgos.
Advantage.
Oh, Purgos is knocked on. And that just ruins everything that Scotland just put into that. As Matfield tries to run away, can't get through.
Release.
Still there for Dupree. Oh, offside there. Just about trouble there for Scotland already. And South Africa go over halfway. De Preer can't get away from another tackle. Oh, he's turned over from his opposite. And now Scotland spread it wide. Where? Over the top for Seymour. Now there's some chances. He has DeLuca on his shoulder. Finds him. Can't get away. Fusaro. He takes a tackle. To ground they go.
Release.
Scotland again. Can't able to make that real killer play at the moment. And they lose the ball. There is Willie LaRue. Back. Playing scrum half. Burger. Oh, that is a big trouble pass. An advantage goes to South Africa. Offside. And if things couldn't get any worse, Vermeulen goes through a scamper. And look at that run as they come wide for Pollard. Passing to Peterson. And a big high shot from Maitland. The ref chooses not to punish Scotland any further. Maitland resumes on the field. Luckily for Scotland. But Pollard will deliver this one to touch. Oh, that's not gone out. Gilchrist picks it up and a mistake from the youngster. Where's knocked that on now for Scotland. Unbelievable stuff from the Scots. They have been woeful at best. 2 big chances they've had to attack, and twice they have spilt the pill.
Crouch. Touch.
Big mistakes at big times. That's what makes a good side, is the ability to not make those mistakes. The scrum feet. De Preer puts it in. South Africa put on a solid display with their 8 forwards. De Preer goes to the right, trying to find some space on the inside. Oh, it's found with Burger. Burger goes back to Peterson, and Peterson gets smashed. Good tackle. Scotland finding some anger here in their defence. They need some more. De Preer. Oh, big shoulder charge on De Preer. And that is another mistake. Dickinson guilty on this occasion. Looks of innocent on his face, but that is a shocking tackle. And Pollard, wow, this is interesting from South Africa. 21-point lead. A penalty on the 22. And 5 to go. They're opting for the 3. And Pollard, one little mistake with his penalty not going into touch, but his kicking and his general play around the field has been immaculate. It's 24-0. Scotland, well, they've just limped through this match, really. It's been a poor display from them. It's going to be disappointing as well for all parties, fans as well, as Peterson takes the kickoff on the bounce and chooses to go for touch. There with Willie LaRue at the back. Such a destructive pairing. It's one last ditch here for Scotland. Oh, and they've butchered it up with a not straight throw. Ford, big mistake there. Again, another chance for Scotland. And they have just thrown it away with a simple error. South Africa have chosen to retake the line out. That is interesting. And Du Plessis will throw in. Oh, and he's throwing it away. Well, what a change around here. Scotland get the ball. Horns out wide. He gets it in for DeLuca. DeLuca still has Maitland. Oh, that is just reading the game like a book. South Africa fully deserve this victory. And what a punishing display has been. They win it by 24 points to 0. Scotland have been comprehensively outplayed. That last little passage told the full story. 2-on-1 it was, DeLuca and Maitland, and what happened just completely read the draw and pass, hammered Maitland into touch, and it is all over now. South Africa 24-0 over Scotland. And we have a look at the try scorers here. Du Plessis, Peterson and Hendricks scoring them for South Africa. Pollard, he was outstanding with the boot, 3 conversions and a penalty. Scotland, nothing of excitement to talk about from their side. No point scorers at all. They were just so outplayed. It's just a poor match from Scotland. Hopefully a better showing from them next time we see them here, but tonight was not their night. And South Africa, well, as I said at the start, fully suspected to bounce back in a big way, and they've put in a clinical display here against the Scots. Territory and possession, well, it's no surprise the score ended the way it did. Scotland couldn't retain the ball. They couldn't play in South Africa's half of the field. As a result, they only had 33% of the ball and 29% of territory. They just about made twice as many tackles, and they made a host of handling errors, 9 in the match. That is not good enough. South Africa made 9 line breaks. Scotland made a good 4, but they just could not finish. And that final play, like I said before, just a telling moment when you just cannot put a 2-on-1 overlap away into the corner. Scotland's night was not tonight, and that is us for the June international window. Finished off with a very good South African performance, 24-0. They have taken out Scotland, and they have bounced back very nicely from that loss to Wales, and that is the June international window all done and dusted. The final match here today, and we're back again for international rugby, presumably so when the Rugby Championship starts. That's going to be a cracking series, of course, will be covered here on the channel, so stick around, stay tuned for that. In the meantime, Super Rugby continues on, and plenty more rugby action, so thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this final match, and I'll see you all next time. Until then, take care.